I'm going to give you context to the video I'm about to show you. I'm sitting here on my walker, planting my little seedlings, and often I listen to things related to the court case, anything I can, while I do other things, because I'm trying to have a life beyond just the hips. And this was the hearing held yesterday in front of a 3-judge appellate panel, talking about basically J&J wants to say that one of the trials, the verdict should be thrown out, that shouldn't be, considered valid, that it shouldn't have been held in Texas, and they weren't agreeing to that, and just get out of it. And I'm listening to it, and it's an interesting argument. And one of the appellate judges says, yeah, but what are the lasting? They were talking about the pain and suffering awards being so high and punitive damages. And Ken Starr, who's arguing for the plaintiffs, is like, because it was proven to the jurors how egregious and horrific what the company did was. And the judge is like, okay, well, I know they had to have revision surgeries, but beyond that, they can still walk, they can still play golf. And I burst into tears, because it just shows at least one of the appellate judges has absolutely no idea what the pain and suffering. It's almost a funny term now, but it just shows. The word obtuse comes to mind. These products were marketed toward young, active people. In many cases, a lot of the people I know were young, active parents, and that means we had small children. And then when the company began paying consultants, i.e. bribing surgeons to tell us that the hips were fine when we were all suffering, that delayed our revision surgery and extended the suffering of not just the patient, but the offspring of the patient, that the kids that many of us were trying to raise. So I can't reach this judge directly, obviously, and I'm just a chick sitting out here on my walker doing a little gardening, but a lot of people are too embarrassed to put out there what the hips have really done to them. And I don't care, because what they did to my family was so awful that I have no shame in being here without makeup, middle of the day in Texas, and saying this was awful. And so anyway, this is when I heard that on the audio recording of yesterday, I just was like, nobody has any idea. So anyway, brace yourself, because it's real. And I'm a horrible actress. This is real.
What are the lasting injuries? The lasting injuries. Huh. The literal thousands of memories my kids had or will have of what their childhood was like because of these hips. And I might be able to walk someday, but you can never fix that for them. Give him back a Christmas morning with a mom who can walk. give them back a childhood without fear that that's just what life is just some company screws you over and it just ruins your life and your college is never paid for and she loses her career and her reputation and all those people that lost their marriages because you just get tired of dealing with this sick person. Like, lasting injuries on a freaking walker. 46. I'm on a freaking walker. Doing my gardening. I never got to skate with them. I never got to take walks with them. We couldn't go to the beach anymore because we had to instead pay for surgeons and doctors and medicines and nothing worked because it was the hips and they paid freaking surgeons hundreds of thousands of dollars to tell us the hips were fine, which delayed me from getting revisions 4 years. Dr. Matthew Eric Heinrich, as I sat in his office sobbing, why can't I walk? I had this big surgery. Why am I? And said, I was in a wheelchair. I was in so much pain. My husband went with me. And I say, why can't I freaking walk? And Johnson & Johnson is paying him over $700,000 that year alone to tell me the hips are fine or to continue to promote the use of metal on metal hips, i.e. dissuade me from getting a revision. There goes 4 years of my kid's childhood that could have been what it was not. So forgive me for breaking down when I hear, yeah, but what are their lasting injuries? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is a decade of my life. It's a decade of my life. And I was in my prime. I'm in my prime. And I'm on a walker. Because I can't stand long enough to put a seedling in the ground. Wow.
let you tell. There must be a line where the victim gets his way. Just one time. Oh,
Mr. Chairman, Francis Scott from Austin, Texas, would like to talk about help for hip pain, new innovations, and help for past patients.
Okay.
Thank you for that. It's been a beautiful presentation. That last film got me kind of teary, so I'm sorry. I want to ask this extremely respectfully. I have two metal-on-metal pinnacle hips implanted in me right now, and two SROM modular femoral component systems, and I'm very thankful to be standing right now and with reduced pain. It took about 4 years and a lot of pain, and now with all the legal action, I've been following the bellwether trials, and I have a couple friends who are dealing with cardiomyopathy right now. And for someone, I'm a mom of 3, and I had a career once and hope to have one again. It's terrifying, and I just want to know what we're doing, what Johnson & Johnson is doing to help people like me, or people like my friend Julie, who just got a defibrillator. How do we make sense of this, and can we call the company and try to get help? Or, I mean, I can't even find doctors. They don't want to be associated right now with, people like me and elevated cobalt and elevated chromium. And frankly, I'm really scared, and my kids are scared, and my husband's scared. And so I just don't know where else to go.
Look, I can certainly understand your situation. Look, we always take, patient feedback as you just provided, particularly when it's not consistent with the expectations. And I can absolutely guarantee that we put safety and high quality first in everything that we do. Our products do undergo rigorous testing. We're constantly updating the methods and procedures by which we monitor them. And I can't comment on the specifics of your case, but I would be more than happy to have someone meet with you afterwards to discuss maybe some of the particulars in a path forward in the future. We'd be happy to do that.
Thank you. I'm concerned about 510K passage, because that's how my hips came to market. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for being here and sharing that.